just walk, eat, and repeat.
I love Seattle.
We're Matt and Nat, and we've spent the last 3 years traveling the world as part-time, non-remote travelers.
After accomplishing our goal of visiting all 50 U.S. states in 2021, we've set out on our next big adventure to see as many of the 1,000 places to see before you die, well, before we die.
In our last video, we were in Dresden, Germany, visiting some of Europe's best Christmas markets.
From sipping hot Glühwein and savoring the many local treats,
to riding a Ferris wheel at the world's oldest Christmas market,
our time was as festive as it was delicious.
This week, we're in Seattle, Washington.
As we step into 2025, it's exciting to think of the new year as a fresh start, but it can also feel extremely overwhelming with so much pressure to make big, dramatic changes all at once.
I know personally that's exactly how we felt. We had a really challenging end to 2024, which made the idea of setting goals and planning for the new year much more stressful than it was exciting.
We typically love planning, dreaming, and setting those big goals, but with so much on our plates between the holidays and everything else that life has thrown at us recently, we've honestly just felt a little stuck and like we're falling behind.
Yeah, definitely so. And we know that sometimes the expectations and pressures that bring on our stress and anxiety come from the outside, but sometimes it's all internal.
And that's where today's sponsor, BetterHelp, comes in. BetterHelp is the world's largest online therapy platform with over 30,000 licensed therapists, ensuring that you find someone who gets you.
Getting started with BetterHelp is super simple. You'll fill out a quick questionnaire about your needs and be matched with a therapist in as little as a couple of days. And if for whatever reason it doesn't work out with the therapist you matched with, you can switch therapists anytime at no extra cost.
Plus, BetterHelp is fully online, so you can connect from home or wherever you're traveling, making it incredibly convenient, flexible, and tailored to you.
You can start fresh any day of the year with BetterHelp, and if you click the link down in the description or go to betterhelp.com/Matt and Nat, you'll get 10% off your first month of therapy.
Here's to growth, healing, and becoming a better version of ourselves in 2025.
Welcome to Seattle. If you've been following our channel for a while, then you might know that Seattle is the first travel video that we ever posted on our channel, and if you haven't watched it, we'll link it right above.
But don't judge us too hard. It was our first video, and hopefully we've come a long way since then.
Hopefully so. Only you can be the judge of that.
Yeah, you'll have to let us know.
But it's been almost 4 years since that visit, and we're super excited to be back in this beautiful city.
But as you can see, we are getting the true Seattle weather.
Yep.
Today it's gray and rainy with no signs of changing. So we're gonna be taking you along and showing you some of the best things to do, see, and eat, rain or shine.
And if you want more information and recommendations on how to spend your time in Seattle, check out our blog, which is linked down in the description.
But first things first, caffeine.
It's no secret that Seattle has an incredibly rich coffee culture. I mean, it is the birthplace of Starbucks after all, but we're not going to Starbucks today. We're at a local spot called Storyville Coffee, which has been caffeinating the Seattle area since 2006 and has been a staple at Pike Place Market since 2013. Let's go check it out. Latte with their house-made vanilla syrup. So let's give it a try. Super smooth, nice balance of coffee to milk to syrup. It's not too sweet, just a touch of that vanilla. Really nice.
Iced chai. Usually I go for hot, but it is so warm in here. They've got a fire going. And when we said gray and rainy, we didn't say cold. It's not cold. It's just gray and rainy and kind of warm. So I'm dying a little bit, but it's fine. Hence the iced chai. It's not super sweet. The flavor's really good though. It's not watered down. It's really good.
Thumbs up to Storyville.
Yeah, because if you have a good iced chai, that means you have a really good hot chai. So I'm a fan. That chai was really, really good. But I also think it was probably the most expensive chai that I've ever gotten. It was $8.50.
Yeah, I think it was probably the most expensive coffee shop we've been to. I don't know for sure, but I would say it has to be like top 2 or 3.
Now you guys may have noticed we didn't get food there. The food looked incredible, but we're here at Pike Place Market. We're gonna get food at Pike Place Market.
Because there are tons of delicious options. So let's go see what we can get into.
A whole shop with just chai. They give out samples. I like this a lot. It's really loud here in Pike Place Market. This one here is so spicy. It's hot. Oh my gosh, I am such a fan. And it's unlike anything I've ever had because it's really spicy. Like, it's got a kick to it.
It's like legit chai, I think.
I know.
Or legit masala chai, I should say. That has got a kick to it. It's also got a minty flavor on the tail end. That's really nice. So if you did watch our first ever Seattle video, we came to Pierogi that time. We got their apple cinnamon roll, but you also probably noticed that we never ate it on camera, and that's because we never ate it. We forgot about it. It ended up staying in my backpack for a while, then we left it in the hotel room accidentally. Anyways, we're back and we're trying their fresh rhubarb, which also has a Bavarian cream in it. It was one of their top selling sweet pastries, so let's give it a try. That is delicious. The dough is nice and pillowy, but it also has a little bit of a pull to it because it's not like dried out. I got a little bit of the rhubarb. It's nice and sweet, got a little bit of a tang to it. Didn't get any of the cream yet, but I can go ahead and tell you, check this place out.
So get here as soon as you possibly can because now there is a huge line. I thought rhubarb was red, but when you cook it, I guess it's green.
Yeah, it's green.
It doesn't look the most appetizing, but
not visually the most appealing in there,
I was like,
but
what am I eating?
it is tasty.
It is really good. Onto the neck.
That looks like snoring.
Yeah, I know. Matt. Oh wow, I love lavender. Oh my gosh, it's so good. Try the next one.
All right, next one. That one's really nice.
Okay, so you buy a cup, you get to try them all, and then you get to fill up your cup with your favorite one. Should have got a bigger cup.
So we finished with their Cosmic Cider, which is just cold pressed apple cider. That's what the rest of the flavors are based on. No added sugar. These things are delicious. Now we have the hard decision of picking just one.
This was the best stop. I'm really impressed with this.
What did we end up with?
We mixed them. We did the blackberry and the lavender. We're crazy today.
2 stops in, on to the next.
That's the good stuff.
What you got?
I got smoked salmon. Oh, that's so good. You get off my hand like a cat.
That's what I felt like.
That's good stuff.
Really nice.
For all of our patrons. So thank you so much, patrons, for being a part of this journey. If you're interested, you can check out the link down in the description. We send out postcards. We do trivia nights with prizes from things that we've collected through our travels. It's just an awesome community of people. Anyways, I forgot what number I was at. I have to count. Success!
Now on to more edible
Foods.
souvenirs.
Yeah. Not souvenirs. I'm not taking them home. Tom Hanks sat in there on Sleepless in Seattle, right there.
Yo, cooked, peeled, and deveined shrimp. I could put myself into a coma with that. When we said we were getting that stereotypical Seattle weather, we really meant it. If you didn't know, Pike Place Market was founded in 1907, which makes it one of the oldest continuously operating markets in the US, and it's also one of the largest.
This place is truly amazed. I think you could spend all day here and just walk through the alleys. They have it downstairs.
Yep.
We've never even been in this area before.
No, we haven't. Didn't really even know it existed.
This is such a fun place. Pike Place Market is a must see, and we're not even done yet.
No,
so.
not even close.
Look how big this ginger snap cookie is. Are you ready for it? I'm so excited. Okay, ready? Oh, dude. This is a good find.
Am I gonna get any?
No. Also, it's cash only, $5.75, taxes included. Cool. See ya.
Like Natalie said, this thing's massive, bigger than my head almost. I wish you could smell this ginger. I mean, I feel like this is the holidays in cookie form. It's got just the right amount of chew on it. The ginger and cinnamon hits you right up front. I mean, the place is called Cinnamon Works. After all, this might be one of my favorite ginger snaps I've ever had. This is so good.
If you know, you know. So good.
It is tempting because those are incredibly delicious.
Gosh, there's so many amazing places here that I could just eat all day here.
Just walk, eat. When you run out, stop, find something else, and repeat.
Yeah, you won't be disappointed. There's nothing quite like eating a ginger snap, but with the smell of fish in the air. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's very
not,
fishy.
It's not exactly the environment I want to be
like-
eating my ginger snap, but you know, I feel like when you get to the middle, it's
Oh,
even
it's
better.
so good.
It's like so chewy.
I've been hogging it for the past like 10, 15
that's
minutes.
my first like middle bite.
Oh, real good.
That's so good. We're having to gear up because we have about a 10 or 15 minute walk and the rain has only gotten harder. So we're getting all our rain gear on and ready to make the walk.
We're all geared up and now let's head to our next adventure. I am a little upset about the Seattle weather, but there is no such thing as bad weather, it's bad attire, okay? So always travel with rain jackets, umbrellas, yada yada.
Prepare for the worst.
Yeah, and hope for the best, because that's me. I'm delusional sometimes.
Made it to the Bill Spiegel's underground tour. We don't know a ton about it. That's why we're gonna take you along.
We're going to look at 3 different sections of our historic underground. Pioneer Square is the name of this neighborhood. This was the first neighborhood in Seattle, but people have been living in this area way longer than it's gone by either of those names because indigenous people have been here for about 12,000 years. The group that's most associated with our city are known as the Duwamish people, and in the middle of the 1800s, they had a chief whose name was Seattle. So we're named in his honor. But up until about 1892, this would have been open to the sky. That wall and that wall didn't exist, so we could have looked across the street in either direction. And the top was leveled off to give us a nice, even walking surface up above. And so that's when the ground floor of the business finally moved from down here to where it is now. This level became like a basement, and everyone got a sidewalk under the sidewalk.
When you're walking through Seattle, you might notice glass geometrical shapes on the sidewalks. But these glass inlays aren't just decorative, they're actually prisms that act as skylights for the Seattle underground.
They said as a rule of thumb, if it's curved, you're under a sidewalk, and if it's flat, you're under a building. There's so many cool facts. Just book the tour because it's awesome.
tiles if you look for them. The bottom half of the wall has a design painted directly on it, and I am just sure we're looking at the vestiges of some literal underground activity that we know went on down here, but that we'll never find a paper trail on.
So we just finished with the underground tour, and oh my gosh, that was really, really cool.
Yeah, it really was. Didn't even realize the extent of the underground areaways, as they call them. Truly fascinating part of Seattle's history. There was so much we learned. I don't even know if I can attempt to say it all.
It literally started as a Old West logging town, which I didn't think of, but it totally makes sense.
Yep, then in 1889, the entire 30-block area of downtown Seattle at the time burned up because of a fire, and through that they decided they wanted to rebuild, and they realized they were so close to the water, the best way to do that was to build up. So what was street level before the 1889 fire is now one floor down under the sidewalks. And it's, again, just fascinating.
It really is.
I would butcher it trying to tell you all the facts, so just book the tour.
Honestly, you won't regret it. It was a really cool experience.
No, and we'll link it down in the description of this video. Highly recommend.
Now I think it is lunchtime.
Starting our meal with their famous Northwestern style clam chowder. It came highly recommended by our waiter, and of course, thank you so much. But as I was saying, we got their world famous Northwestern style clam chowder. I mean, it's the perfect day for it, really. Let's dive in. I should also mention that our waiter told us everything that they serve here is caught wild and fresh. The clams are caught about an hour north in the Puget Sound. All of their fish was swimming 2 days ago. The clams arrive daily live. So let's give this a try. Oh man. I might should have gotten the bowl for my meal. It is so creamy, so hearty. It's packed with clams. There's tons of goodness in there. And like I said, it's the perfect meal for this rainy day.
Well, this is perfect. 2 thumbs up. It looks so good.
For our entree, we got their fried Northwest platter, which features their Alaska true cod, which you can get in a fish and chips plate. It also has Alaska halibut, surf clam strips, shrimp, and French fries. I'm gonna start with a clam strip. This place is called Ivar's Acres of Clams after all, so so fresh. Clam strips can be a difficult thing sometimes because they get chewy really fast, I feel like. These are not at all. The batter is nice and crispy, but not overpowering the flavor of the clam. I'm a fan of this place.
We don't know what this is, but this is phenomenal. Obviously it's a fish. We're gonna ask Javier, our awesome waiter, what this is, but the breading on it is just phenomenal. Oh my gosh. Can we also talk about their tartar? Oh my gosh, this is amazing. I am obsessed with it. This right here, oh my gosh.
Which fish is this?
Yeah, what is this?
That one's the halibut.
Halibut, man. Ooh, that's good. That was so good. Make sure you make reservations because this place is packed.
Yes, it is a busy place. It is huge and there's tons of seating, but multiple like special events are about to happen. So just be wise, book your seat ahead of time and make sure you're not waiting for a table.
Honestly, can't recommend it enough. Now to our next adventure. We are now at the Space Needle.
And you may be wondering, why are you going up in the Space Needle while it's rainy and you probably won't be able to see anything? That's because
we already pre-purchased these tickets. So we're gonna use them. Yes. And maybe you come to Seattle thinking you're gonna have lovely weather. Maybe it doesn't happen, but guess what? We're just gonna go with the flow.
And it's an experience we hear is worth doing anyway, so that's what we're gonna do.
Yeah. not a truer quote can be said than this right here. What'd you say?
Not much has changed.
A free photo comes with a ticket, so yes, please.
This will be our Instagram post for this video.
All right, choose my background. Keep going.
Okay. Oh, look at that on the ferry.
Guys.
Oh, nighttime.
Oh, that one was nice.
Earlier, this was completely in the clouds, so I'll take it. It's a win for me.
Doing it like it's no big deal.
You gonna do it or you gonna not?
You have to go first.
Come on, a little further.
I'm not looking down. Did I do it?
Why are you taking such baby steps?
I'm so scared.
I'm proud of you.
All right, I'm gonna distract myself to tell you some fun facts rather than standing on this glass floor.
How high up is this glass floor, by the way?
I don't know how high the glass floor is, but this is 605 feet tall. Also was built in 1962 for the World's Fair. Elvis Presley sat and filmed like a movie scene here. A lot of celebrities have been here, obviously. It's a staple here in Seattle. And I'm really, really happy that it's cleared up a little bit. Like I can actually see stuff.
It's cleared up a lot. And I will say, I think on a rainy, cloudy day like we've had, this floor with the moving glass floor is probably the better option because the glass that you're looking out doesn't get covered in rain droplets. So you have a less obstructed view. But like Natalie said, thankfully the rain and the clouds have kind of cleared a bit and it's actually turned into some nice views.
Yeah, this has been really, really fun, except for this glass floor. I don't know why everybody else is not having an issue with it. So
some people just wouldn't even do it if they were scared of it. So I'm proud of you.
Thanks. All right, I'm sweating. Let's go. So Matt took some epic drone shots the first time we were here. Obviously, the weather is completely different.
Very.
But the shots are really cool. So we'll show you them now. Sorry the lighting's really bad, but I didn't really know what to expect. Like we've seen his work before in Vegas and other places that we've been, really, and definitely appreciated it. But I mean, this is exquisite. Like you really get to go like really close to the pieces.
Oh yeah, and getting to see this many of the pieces, and we're just getting started into the tour. I can already see why it's a must when coming to Seattle.
This is my favorite room so far, right? You see the Space Needle back there, and then if you
Chihuly glass.
stunning. Oh my gosh, this is absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, this whole exhibit gives you an entirely new appreciation for Dale Chihuly and what he's done for glass art. To be honest, he's the only glass artist I know his name. And he's like the glass artist. Just the scope and magnitude of some of the pieces.
They had a person talking about the gallery, and it was like one of the pieces was 1,000 pounds.
Yeah, 1,000 pounds.
And they can be anywhere from like 200 to 500 pieces in that room. This one is more than that.
And they assemble them all on site.
So they could be different.
Yeah, so if they're on display somewhere and then they're taken down and brought here to be put on display, they look different when they're put together here because they're never put together the exact same way.
That's so wild. Yeah. I just asked Matt how much a bowl was because they sell them here.
So she can eat her popcorn out of it.
That's a great idea. It'd be my popcorn bowl. My Chihuly popcorn bowl. Honestly, I bet he'd love that. I bet he'd think that's funny.
I mean, it's a functional piece of art. I gotta give you that.
That one is that 6?
Oh, that one was 6,500.
That's a small popcorn bowl though. I need a big one. Sorry.
Yeah, you do like a bigger bowl.
I do like big bowls.
8,000 next to it.
Huh. All right, well, let's see. Which one do you guys think Matt should buy me? Let me know in the comments. So the Space Needle and Chihuly Glass and Garden, really spectacular, and they're so close.
Oh yeah, you get dropped off at the Space Needle. It's the same drop-off point for Chihuly Glass and Garden. Can't beat it, and both were spectacular. And we'll put links down in the description of this video so you can book your tickets.
Now we're gonna head back to our hotel and freshen up and maybe dry off a little bit.
Sounds good to me.
Talk about how stunning the lobby is.
Yeah, it made for an excellent place to get a little work done after we got in yesterday after a long flight. All the vibes.
Hello.
Welcome to Hotel Ändra. This place is absolutely stunning with its Scandinavian inspired design. It's unlike anywhere we've stayed before and we're absolutely loving it. So let me give you a little tour of our room. We're staying in the deluxe king room, and as you make your way in, you'll find the bathroom, which is nice and bright, super well lit, clean lines. They also have really nice amenities from a boutique apothecary with wonderful scents. Then directly across from the bathroom, you have probably Natalie's favorite part of this room.
Definitely the best.
So I'm gonna let her take over here.
Yeah. Okay, welcome to my favorite part. I love everything else about the hotel, but this right here takes it over the top. This is my own getting ready room. This is my space.
I was about to say, it's what I need as well, because I could actually get ready and not have to sit around and wait for the bathroom to be open, so.
The lighting, ta-da! Also, an outlet, so I could curl my hair today. You can't tell because of the rain, but I did curl it this morning.
She did.
And I just love the fact that they think about those details. It's super important.
But as you make your way on into the room, you have a beautiful king-size bed. Not only is it comfortable, but also aesthetically it's just beautiful. I love the use of the natural materials as well as the warmer colors and tones. Even in the full design of the room, it's just super warm and welcoming from the second you step in.
Cheers. So good. I added 3 things of sugar and I totally, it's so good. Okay, so a couple of things that we love about this hotel. One, prime location.
So we were able to walk to pretty much anywhere we needed to walk to today. And if it wasn't for the rain, we would have even walked to and from the Space Needle because it's really close by, but we just didn't want to get more soaking wet than we already were. But yeah, we were able to walk to Pike Place this morning. Literally, it is the perfect location to home base out of your Seattle adventures.
Especially if you're taking a cruise.
That is is right. It is very close to the cruise ports, and they even offer a cruise package where they'll shuttle you to the port if you happen to be going on a cruise like maybe we are.
Hint, hint for future videos. I don't know. Maybe we're going on a cruise.
Yeah, so if you're cruising out of Seattle at any time, definitely check out Hotel Ändra.
We'll definitely put a link for it down in the description, so make sure you guys check it out when you're here in Seattle. But now we're gonna be finishing our tea and espresso. We'll see you in a little bit. So we are now headed on a sunset cruise.
I don't think there's gonna be much of a sunset, but again, we already booked it, and I've heard it's still good even if there aren't amazing views. So
There will be a cruise, so
for sure gonna be a cruise, for sure not gonna be a sunset, so.
pretty excited about it. We got the first to board, so it's like an upgraded seat package, so you can be the first ones to board. It says to get here 30 minutes prior to departure. We're the first ones here.
Yep, and we got here right at 30 minutes prior to departure.
So I don't really know if it's necessary exactly.
Probably should have done like 20 minutes prior to departure.
Well, that's when everybody else is supposed to get here.
It's true.
So I don't know.
There also might not be that many people cruising this evening, which could play into why we're the first ones here. So
I didn't think about that. So
I imagine when it's beautiful, sunny,
people are fighting for spots.
I'd imagine so.
Accurate. Okay.
So there are actually other people cruising on this boat tonight. They're already all lined up. I think we just might be the possibly only ones that bought the early boarding passes, which I'm fine with, you know. Have the boat to ourselves for a couple of minutes.
We didn't start this game, but we're gonna finish it, and I'm gonna win, so here we go. She's so nice. I think we're the only ones for the first to board.
I think we are. But to that point, what Natalie said, everybody in Seattle, only the 2 times we've been here, everybody is so kind.
So kind. Everybody is so sweet.
We definitely recommend visiting.
I love Seattle. I really, really do. Now I'm gonna go kick Matt's butt.
Let me go beat Natalie.
No. Brand new boat, we were told.
Yep, the newest in their fleet. When I said earlier that we were going to have the boat to ourselves,
guys, literally, look.
I didn't think we were actually going to have the boat to ourselves, but we were literally the only 2 that booked pre-boarding or early boarding, and
I feel like a VIP.
And I think there's like between 20 and 40 people on this boat, and it's designed to hold 500. So,
yeah. And the staff is already super sweet. Yeah, so this is going to be great.
Yep.
You guys picked the perfect day to join us. This is going to be a truly authentic Seattle experience. And the way I look at it is, you know, you wouldn't want to go to sunny Hawaii while it's raining. So why go to rainy Seattle when it's sunny? So
you definitely don't want to go to Hawaii when it's raining.
If you don't know what he's talking about, in our 50 States in a Year series, we went to Hawaii and it was the biggest storm they'd had in 10 years. So we'll link that above if you want to watch us cry on the beach. I'm getting older, but I am loving this. This is amazing.
Sitting inside, it's not cold, it's not windy.
Great views. I get to learn.
Great narration, you get drinks and snacks.
20 out of 10 recommend.
What's not to enjoy?
Honestly.
And they run these cruises year round. Winter, summer, spring, fall, all of it. So we'll put links down in the description to book it because it's
I'm a fan,
great.
Yeah. Also, did I get some information correct when he was asking questions?
Oh, she did ruin 1 or 2 jokes because she knew the correct answer to his questions. Smarty pants.
Such a nerd. What's funny is like, because I learned the information on the Space Needle because I read things. I love learning.
What's the number 1 export out of
Seattle? Grain. So, fun fact.
You wouldn't know that. And it's because it comes from the Midwestern
I
states.
can't believe you said that I ruined his joke.
He said
asked.
you ruined your joke.
He did, but he also said, anybody know? And I said, rain. I didn't know it was a joke.
He thought you were making a joke because he thought you said rain.
Which, honestly, that is the first export. Second is grain.
But this is great.
Said it, but 25 out of 10 recommend.
For sure. Even with the very Seattle weather, it was a beautiful time out on the water.
So we literally just got off our boat, which is right there, and came over one pier to Elliott's Oyster House. Our amazing server, David, has taught us more about oysters in the past like 5 to 7 minutes than I have known my entire life, and he's gonna surprise us. So I'm really just so excited about this.
So this is apparently one of the top oyster houses in the entire country, and we can't wait to try these oysters.
Got 4 kinds of oysters, 2 of each kind. Sweet, medium, unique, salty.
David is a treasure, okay? He just gave us a whole rundown. And then like fancy sauces. I also got a rosé that's from here.
And I got a white wine that is one of David's favorites. So
I'm so excited. I was like, okay, this is really fancy. How do we eat this? Like there's no crackers. Okay, you wanna go first?
Yep. So we're going with the sweet first. He put them in the order that he recommended us eating them. Also, this sauce that they have to put on top is a frozen champagne. It's champagne and some other stuff in it.
Frozen champagne, red wine vinegar, rice wine vinegar, shallots, lemon zest, and peppercorns. This is designed to enhance the flavor as opposed to cover up.
He said you gotta put it on there, let it melt for a few seconds, and then just toss it back. So here we go.
Don't tell me. Wait, I want to do my... What does that mean, Matt? I'm so excited after seeing your reaction. Were you going to say that they were absolutely incredible? Because that is the best oyster I've ever put in my mouth. Like, what?
Yep. 100%, and that was just the first one. That was the sweet. We're gonna move on to the medium, I think is what's next. Also, I love that on the menu under each oyster, they tell you how they are farmed. These right here are tumbled. He told us that creates a much deeper shell. You can tell right there, bottoms up. That one's really nice. Got a little more salt to it because it is the medium. The step up from the sweet, that one's really, really good. Much more flavor than the sweet, but I'm a big fan of that one because it's not an overpowering flavor like I've had with some oysters, which who knew there were so many different kinds of oysters with different flavor profiles.
Medium? That was a medium, and so then...
Oh, you didn't even have the medium. You had the unique. You went out of order.
I did the unique, and it was really good. Oops.
That one, that's the one you're supposed to eat.
All right, well, I'll eat it now. Oops. Don't tell David, okay? I messed up. I can't believe I did my unique. That was really good. Oh, that oyster was really good.
All right, now we're moving on to the unique.
My bad. It's really good.
I don't know what unique means. Natalie does, because she already ate hers, but... At first I was going to say it's between the first two, the sweet and the medium, but it's actually got a lot more flavor on the back end than either of them, but it was as mild as the sweet one up front. Wow, again, who knew there were so many different flavor profiles with oysters. Also, David told us if you happen to find a pearl, you know, a tiny little pearl in your oyster, you get to keep it and hopefully it doesn't break your tooth in the process. Because pearls are like in the flesh, you can't really detect if they're there or not, so don't chew too hard. This is a big boy. Again, I know it's the salty, labeled as a salty one, but it's so smooth. There's nothing like just overpowering about that flavor. It's just delicious.
Absolutely incredible. The ones we had in Ireland was so salty that it makes this like a dream. Like this is incredible. And you learn so much when you're here. As for David, okay, he's the best. So, cheers! I love this! And I wasn't even hungry.
We decided just to go with more oysters for our entree. We're going with a full dozen this time. The oysters are just that good here, guys.
Round 2.
We got a fancy stand. So we're just gonna eat these babies. Let's dig in. If you could not tell, we are obsessed with that place. That was so good. It was such a cool experience.
Yeah, it far exceeded any expectation that we ever had, and we definitely recommend it. And if you do go there, make reservations in advance and ask for David to be your server. You won't regret it.
And even though it was a rainy, typical Seattle day, it honestly was so wonderful. I had such a great time.
Yeah, and this meal was the perfect way to end this already wonderful day in Seattle. We hope you've enjoyed watching as much as we've enjoyed making it. And if you have, remember to hit that thumbs up button, and we'll see you in the next video.
Matt didn't give me my popcorn bowl.
No, we didn't.
Can you believe that?
Unfortunately, didn't have the $7,500 in cash on hand, you know.
To burn.
I wasn't gonna burn it. We'd eating popcorn out of it.
I mean, forever. And also it wouldn't have fit in my carry-on
Do you think they're
luggage, so-
dishwasher safe?
Probably, yeah. I'm sure.
Imagine, so it's
Obviously.
glass.
Yeah, it'll be fine. I put too much of that sauce. It was really spicy.
Free land was offered. If you were a single man, you could come out west and claim 320 acres. Wow. Basically by showing up. If you were a married couple, you got twice that. And of course, if you're a woman or a person of color,
We were
you
born at the wrong
got
time.
nothing.
Matt is always the resident photographer any city we go.
Well, when people see your cameras,
And so Matt does
and they
it,
have a nice camera.
and Matt does it right. He like gets on the floor, he's taking different angles. Like he's a great Instagram husband,
Trying
guys.
to send people home with good vacation photos,
I
you
know,
know?
I love it. Matt's so sweet. I think I need a chai latte. This rainy weather makes me want to read a book and go to sleep.
Just don't ever look up how oysters reproduce. You cannot unsee it. The term is spawn, and it's vile. Don't ever look it up. Don't ever look it up.
I got to see a sea lion. 2 of them.